It's Sunday night.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. Today we have a special guest. It's not just me in my room. I got a friend, and we're in his room. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, how are you? You can't. Hold on. Sorry, they can't hear me.
What do you?
I asked them how they're doing, but I don't know.
This isn't a live.
How are you gonna?
This isn't live.
Oh, okay.
It's not like.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's not a phone call.
Well, even if I know that they can't respond to me. I'm sorry. Am I being a bad guest?
No, this is perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just not sure. I haven't been on a podcast before.
You can introduce yourself.
Kyle, by the way.
This is Kyle.
Riggs.
So Kyle and I have been friends for a while, but he's done something and he wants to promote it. And I thought this would be the perfect platform to do it. But first off, before we get to that, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have a good Christmas? Did you have a good New Year's?
I didn't really do anything. I worked New Year's Eve night and New Year's Day morning. So I didn't really.
Was that a bit? It must have been busy.
It wasn't very busy New Year's Eve. We were gonna do a champagne toast, but there was actually nobody there, so we just closed before midnight. But
That's really sad.
It was really busy New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually the worst day I've ever had at work.
This sounds like a story. That sounds like we could talk about
it.
Um,
We can.
No, the look that you just gave me was like that little smirk where it's like, are we gonna start with this shit? Or are we gonna go? Are we going?
I mean, I can. It's not a very happy story. Most of it's just very stressful.
I don't think you have.
Just a few hours of stress.
Have you seen the Dick Cavett show?
Mm-mm.
It was this old talk show, and by talk show I mean talk show. It wasn't like Johnny Carson or like what Jimmy Kimmel is now today, where it's like variety and then like a 5-minute interview. They would have hour-long interview talk sessions with people. You remember when Forrest Gump and John Lennon are on that talk show in like that semi-greenish...
Was that the show?
That's the Dick Cavett show.
Okay.
But there's this one episode with George Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how George Harrison is literally, out of the 4 Beatles, he's called the quiet one?
Okay.
He gets George Harrison on a show, and he had John Lennon on the week before, and he's like, who's your next guest or whatever? And he's like, I'm trying to get George on the show. And he goes, you're going to try and get George to talk for an hour? I worked with a guy for 10 years. I think he said about an hour's worth of material then. So
how did the episode go?
He says that Dick Cavett says that's the worst interview he's ever done in his life.
Oh, wow.
For like the first 20 minutes, but after that they actually like cooled it out. But there's literally a point where George Harrison only went on the show to promote a movie called Raga.
Was he in the movie?
He's not in the movie, but his friend from India is in the movie.
Okay.
So he's like, yes, I'm here to promote Raga. And he goes, so before we get into that, how was your time with the Beatles? They were really good, and now I'm doing my own thing, and I'm here to promote Raga.
Man, he doesn't know a lot about segues, does he?
Yeah, no.
Very, yeah, I mean, he just gave him a whole open window of something to talk about. It's like, there's plenty to say about the Beatles.
There's literally a part in the interview where he's like, so you like to talk? And he goes, not really. I mean, I like to talk if there's something to say, but there usually isn't.
And then it was it was followed by 10 straight minutes of absolute silence.
Well, no, Dick Cavett's like, yeah, I don't really talk. I know my job's about talking, but when I'm alone, I could just not talk all the time, not talk all day. I'm doing a really bad job here, aren't I?
The man who broke the talk show.
I want to do a parody where it's a talk show, and then the talk show, it's a guy's very first talk show, and it's like his first episode. It's his very first job in show business, and the first guest they get him is a mime.
That'd be rough.
You want to improv that right now?
Well, if it's recorded, just voice recorded, not a whole lot that I could do for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you be the host.
Well, I want to do that even less. It's
Well, then what do you want to do?
could
You want to promote Raga?
yeah, I'll promote Raga. Let me just look up Raga real quick.
What?
Is it 1G?
RAGA, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read like the one sentence summary of it, and then yeah, raga in Indian music, a pattern of notes having characteristic intervals, rhythms, and embellishments used as a basic for improvisation. I'm gonna look up raga movie. Raga 1971 film. Okay, got it. All right, so ask me about raga. I'm here to promote raga.
Did you like it?
I love it. It is a 1971 documentary film about the life and music of Indian sitarist Ravi Shankar.
Ravi Shankar.
That's what I said. Produced and directed by Howard Worth. If that hasn't sold you on it, I'm not good at selling you on this.
Dude, George Harrison is hilarious. There's a lot of funny stories with him about people and TV working with him.
Yeah.
Like, you know John Cleese from Monty Python?
Yeah. He was never mind. I was gonna say Lord Farquaad, but that was John Lithgow.
Farquaad.
That was John Lithgow. I also know John Cleese. He was Lancelot.
Yeah. They were trying to get funding for Life of Brian, but you know how Life of Brian is basically like sacrilegious as a movie?
It's a little bit sacrilegious. It's fairly sacrilegious.
So, yeah. I don't remember who it was with. What interview? Oh, it was with Seth Meyers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And John Cleese is doing a talk show interview, and John Cleese goes,
"Oh, I do. I do know the story.
We had such a hard time trying to get funding for the movie. We sent it to everything. We sent it to America. We sent it to Britain. No one would fund it. And then eventually, I get a phone call, and I answered him. Hello, and he goes, hello. Who is this? This is George.
George Harrison.
I'm thinking, George. I know a lot of Georges there. Which George is this now? George Harrison, from the Beatles. Oh yes, I think I've heard of you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put up the
money. George Harrison.
And he says, I want to put up the money. And he goes, what? And he goes, yeah, I'll put up the money for the film. Why? Because I want to see it.
Because I want to see it.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay then.
Pretty good reason.
Yeah.
Good a reason as any, I think.
Yeah. And then like he goes on and talks about how like it went on really big, and it basically, I think it outperformed Monty Python initially.
And the Quest for the Holy Grail.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Holy Grail beat it out Lifetime, but at the time, I think Life of Brian did better because they had already established themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that true that George Harrison was married and then there was another musician who was in love with her?
Eric Clapton.
It was Eric Clapton. Yeah. And George Harrison was basically like, okay, go be happy then.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And he like played at their wedding and everything.
Yeah.
What a badass.
He's such a cool dude.
Just the chillest. I think that's pretty much the most relaxed thing you can do.
Is let your own wife be like, I don't love you anymore. I kind of want to go with this guy.
And just be totally fine with it and play at their wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Billy Joel did the same thing, although it ended up a little messier.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Like Billy Joel was in a band called the Hassles, and their drummer, I think, or the singer, I don't know. His name was John Small. He was in the band the Hassles.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Joel just straight up stole his wife.
Whoopsie. It's like Jesse's Girl by Bruce Springsteen, except he actually did what he wanted to do in Jesse's Girl. And...
Okay, hold up. How long was it until you realized that Jesse was a dude in the song?
After about one listen, because I'm not an idiot.
Oh.
I mean, I heard it when I was young.
Well, your mom
And
your
mom
mom
was
is literally
probably
the
with me.
only person I've ever met that owns. Oh, what's it? Rick Springfield? I think that's his name.
No, Rick Springfield is he's another singer, but I think Jesse's Girl's by Bruce Springsteen.
No, it's not. It's Rick Springfield. I'll bet my life on this.
Well, let's look it up.
Bruce Springsteen cannot sing on Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's Girl.
It's
it is Rick Springfield.
Yeah, it's Rick Springfield. And your mom is the only person I've ever met that owns a CD of Rick Springfield, but it's not even the CD with Jesse's Girl on it. It's like one of his 2006 ones.
What music has Bruce Springsteen done, man?
He did Born to Run, Jungle Land, Thunder Road, Born in the USA, Dancing in the Dark.
Okay, I guess.
Not a big fan of him.
My whole life is a lie. You know, there's a movie called Thunder Road that was based on a short film called Thunder Road that was inspired by the song Thunder Road. And the short film is this cop at his mom's funeral. Well, that's not the funny part. He started laughing at the part that's not funny.
His mom's dead.
So this guy's mom dies.
Great joke, man. All right, so anyway, here's one. I got one.
He's at his mom's funeral, and he talks about how she loved the song Thunder Road. So he starts playing it, and he sings along to the track, and he does this whole dance that he choreographed, and it's very earnest and like sad, but in like a weird way. But it's so funny. Because just this guy, this big mustache in a cop uniform, just doing a really tasteless dance at his mom's funeral. And then they turned it into a feature film, and they just kept that scene as the first scene of the movie.
The first scene?
As kind of what's the name for something when it like kicks off the story? Is the whatever
prologue?
Not the prologue, but like it's what starts like a catalyst for this, whatever. But it's basically what starts the whole story. And I guess they couldn't get the rights to the song for the feature film, so instead of them playing it and he's singing along, he just tries to play it and it doesn't work. And I thought this was a great like compromise. He just tries to play the song and it doesn't work, and he's like, "Okay, well, I'll just do that." And he just starts doing the dance anyway with no music.
That's like if in Napoleon Dynamite at the very end, the song just doesn't play.
So he just does the dance without the song. That'd be a very different scene.
That'd be a very different movie.
Yeah, and then so he's just telling the story of his mom with the song doing a dance to no music. And I didn't think that scene could be any more awkward than it originally was, but they found a way.
Two things.
Yeah.
First things first, about Napoleon Dynamite. Did you know that you've seen Three Billboards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the old racist mom from Three Billboards?
It's the grandma.
It's the grandma
yeah.
from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
It was the hair that set me off at first. And I was like, oh, she kind of reminds me. Oh, it is her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And second, this is a big tangent, but we were talking about Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen did Jungle Land, and it reminded me of that Louis C.K. bit with Jungle Land in it.
This is like one of those conspiracy theory things where it's like, this money has the 3 words in the blah 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 and the 3 triangles. Yeah. But go on.
Okay.
It's just you had to make like 3 connections.
I was backtracking. I'm like, I gotta explain what I'm talking about, because we can't just go from fucking Napoleon Dynamite and Bruce Springsteen to, so you remember that Louis C.K. bit?
About this thing that's totally different from anything we had previously mentioned?
Well, the thing is, like, what I was gonna talk about was
your battery died?
Yeah, I'm turning on battery saver. Did you realize that Louis C.K. made a return?
He tried.
Well, he did. He did a show in
Well, he
Like I think it was on New Year's Eve.
yeah.
Early morning New Year's Eve.
Well, he did one small show like a month or two ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he just showed up and nobody knew that he was gonna be there.
Yeah.
And everybody made jokes about him just springing out of nowhere without people's consent.
No,
That's
I'm
exactly what he got
talking
in trouble
about
for.
I'm talking about the New Year's Eve one
I know this one
where
too,
like
yeah.
people paid money to see him, and it's leaked on YouTube. It's like an audience recording.
I have it in my watch later.
Okay, you haven't watched it though?
I haven't watched
Like
it.
any of it?
I watched like the first 5 seconds and
Okay.
decided to watch it.
You mind if I tell you a little bit about it?
I know a little. I know like the controversial stuff. You
Yeah.
talked about.
Well, like, is it sad that it's like really good? Like it's better than his last stuff material was before he got, you know.
Well, are you talking about the thing about like non-binary people? And...
Okay, that's the only bit where I'm like, I mean, he delivers it funny, but like it's not cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the only part of it I know is that the thing about non-binary.
No, there's
people-
literally a part where he's like, just because you went to a school that got shot up doesn't make you interested.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
that's so bad, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
It's like he's right.
I know he said that, but I haven't actually heard his delivery of it, which I'm
Mhm.
sure is much funnier than what I saw.
It's
Which
actually like really funny. And
I
I'm
just-
like,
I just
God,
read-
I don't know if I could like this or not.
yeah, am I allowed to like this? I just read a transcription of the bit,
Mm-hmm.
and
It was probably in a
his-
BuzzFeed article where it's like Louis C.K. said a thing that's evil, even though he did that before he sexually harassed people.
Yeah, he said that he would fuck a kid if it was, but only if it was dead.
And he was like,
And
he
it
just
was
found-
raining.
and he found it.
if
and
he
it was
found a
raining.
dead kid and it was raining.
And it was raining.
Like, and he says it in a way that you understand that it's ridiculous,
Exactly.
even to him.
Yeah.
But when you say stuff about like the non-binary people, that's like, I don't know if you can use the excuse of playing a character
Mm-hmm.
when that is something. When that is kind of an opinion that a lot of people have,
Mm-hmm.
unironically, whereas nobody goes around saying they'd fuck a kid, but only if it was already dead.
Like when he did that SNL opener where he's like,
Okay.
raping kids and being a pedophile might be the best thing in the world
to them.
to them.
To
To them.
them.
I'm talking about to them.
Now, he got in a lot of trouble for that one,
But the thing is,
that
like-
is 100% hilarious
And
to
it's
me.
yeah, it's so funny. So like, okay, I want to spoil the opening bit. He just outright walks up and he's like, "So."
He just outright walks up and just takes out his dick and starts
And
jerking
starts
off.
masturbating. No, he kind of addresses that. I think the very first bit, he might have a little bit of lead in to like get the crowd warmed up. But I think one of the earliest jokes in the whole like 45-minute set is he's like, "So how was your year?"
Better than mine, I
You ever
bet.
just had a shitty year? Like the whole thing, just the whole year. Whole fucking year was just shit.
You ever gotten in trouble for sexually assaulting people?
I lost $23 million.
Oh no.
You never tell people you have $23 million, but you can tell them if you lose it.
Well, that's the thing. You can't really complain about losing $23 million because it means that you had $23 million
Yeah, at one
to
point.
lose.
And I'm like, okay, at least he's acknowledging it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought it was I don't know, man. I'm happy he's back just for the sake of like, I can listen to his material, but I'm not happy.
That there will be new material for
But
him.
I'm not happy that like, it's weird. It's weird, man.
I think it would be easier to support him now if he was more apologetic of and really came clean and admitted and was sincerely apologetic for what he'd done.
Didn't he apologize? Didn't he release a statement?
He made a statement, but it wasn't necessarily an apology.
Oh, can we just sidebar real quick?
Yeah.
Did you watch that fucking weird Kevin Spacey video?
Yes, I did. The
Whoa.
one on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, what the
Where
hell
he-
was that?
He was in character from Frank Underwood from
Was
House
it,
of Cards?
he made that video? It's like I think I read he was getting ready to be transferred to prison like a week later or something, and he just outright released that video.
And the day that he released it was the day that he got the day he released it, like a few hours later, it turns out that he was he was sentenced.
Yeah, okay,
Like
that was
that.
what it was. Yeah,
like that same day.
Yeah.
So I don't know which came first.
Is it what the chicken or the egg? Was it
Because it was.
Was it the raping or the crazy video?
Yeah. And
do you think Baby Driver didn't get any like big nominations because of that?
No, I don't think so, because it still performed well.
Yeah,
But
that's the
did
thing.
you hear about Billionaire Boys Club?
The movie that just straight up doesn't exist and will never be made again?
No, like it was made, but it had Kevin Spacey in it.
Mm.
And it's based on a
I have heard of this.
Based on a true story. It has Taron Egerton.
I think I saw the trailer for that.
Yep, from Kingsman: The Secret Service, and it had what's his name from The Fault in Our Stars and Baby Driver. What's his name?
Is it Baby Driver?
Yeah, the main guy.
I don't know.
I feel bad if I don't remember his name.
I don't know names. You know that.
Yeah, I know. Well, sorry for not remembering your name, because I know he's listening to this.
Yeah, this is very.
So I know he's listening to this. Sorry, I can't remember your name right now, and I don't care to look it up. But a true story about like these guys who basically scammed a bunch of people into donating for whatever thing. And
it's King Candy.
It's King Candy. They just remade it with Kevin Spacey, and
of all the people to pick to remake it.
And he's playing the high schooler.
He's playing a high schooler.
Hey
kid, you want to buy caramel and chocolate?
Kid,
$2, buy both.
And then I can touch you.
What?
What?
Kevin, that's not the script.
I'm touching you now. Kevin, please stop.
Kevin, are we rolling still?
Well, so they made this movie. It had like those stars in it, like up and coming guys. Everybody loves them, and it had Kevin Spacey. They could barely market it because they wanted people to know about it, but they didn't want people to know that Kevin Spacey was in it.
They wanted people to know about it, but they didn't want people to know about it.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted people to know of it, but not know about it.
Yeah. They're like, I've heard of this. I don't know who's in it at all.
I don't know who's in it. I know some of the cast, but not all of it. And opening, I think it was either opening weekend or opening day, nationwide, including every movie theater, which was many of them, wide release, it made $100 nationwide. You consider, what's the price of a ticket?
That's like
$10?
That's like 10 people.
10 people. 10 people nationwide went to see this movie.
Oh my god.
And I'm not exaggerating. $100 opening day.
Do you think people... Okay, do you think that is legitimately like only 10 people bought it? Or do you think a lot of theaters just straight up gave away the tickets because they knew no one would buy them?
I really think nobody went to see this movie.
I think that's likely, yeah.
Yeah, and if you think that I'm, you don't believe me, I challenge you to find somebody who watched it opening day.
Speaking of movies, you know what pisses me off? Is fucking these awesome sounding movies that get released in limited run in like November and December, just so that they can be in the year for running in the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
But then they like either get big releases like after they get recognition for being nominated or something, or they just straight up disappear. Like mid-90s and Stan and Ollie, that Laurel and Hardy movie.
I tried so hard to see Stan and Ollie.
They were out. They are out. They were fucking released in the United States. The closest theater I could ever find that was holding a showing was Chicago.
What?
Was Chicago.
Not for mid-90s.
No, for Laurel and for Stan and Ollie. I didn't find anything for mid-90s. Mid-90s wasn't playing in Raleigh anywhere. It might have only been in like Charlotte.
I know people who saw mid-90s, but I don't even think I know anybody except for you that knew of Stan and Ollie.
Dude, I want to see Stan and Ollie.
I want to see that too. I'll probably just wait till it comes online and watch it on there like I do everything else.
You know how
because it's so hard to see things in theaters now.
Well, especially when we live in a no-name, city in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like...
Yeah, nobody knows about Charlotte.
Dude, Ralph the Movie Maker is so lucky. Where it's like, he lives in New York, where he can go and see the more obscure stuff.
Mm-hmm. and pay $2,000 rent for a 1 bedroom.
Well, he can afford it though. He released his own fucking movie, and apparently he's making bank off of it. Because...
Well, yeah, he's got a Patreon, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you should start a Patreon just for no. I'll like.
No one's gonna support you.
I'll just do a. You know what? I don't think anybody's done this. Is just do a parody of like those Twitch streamers.
Twitch screamers.
Twitch screamers. Just go on Twitch and just scream.
Start screaming.
Just as long as you can.
As loud as they can.
Yeah.
And as long as they can until they pass out. And then it's just they fall on the floor and it's just an empty computer desk for 2 hours.
And that's how you. That's your job, full-time job. No, those booby streamers, those gamer girls who are just hot,
quote unquote gamer girls.
Gamer girls.
Where the game screen is in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're 95% of the screen, and then you can see the video game if you squint really hard.
Yeah.
Do you think there are like any guys?
Yes. Yeah.
Who do that? No. I'm not saying that are like streamers, or are like hot guys who do the same thing for girls. Not that there's much of a market for that. But do you think there are guys who just do that same exact thing as a parody of those girls? Like, I just put on a wig and lipstick and just wear a really low-cut crop top with balloons taped to my chest and just start streaming. And since I'm the first person to do that, we can't release this now since nobody can steal my idea.
We'll patent it, and then we'll release it.
We have to release.
I don't think you can patent taping balloons to your chest.
No, I just have to release a few videos of that, and then we can release this. And then just have that be your brand, and then start a Patreon and see if you can become just as popular as like Sniper Wolf or Belle Delphine or whoever.
I don't even know their fucking names.
Sniper Wolf.
Who's the one with the pink hair?
That's Belle Delphine.
Okay.
The one who did that hit or miss TikTok.
Yeah.
That's her. I'm ashamed that I know her name, but I've just seen so many memes of her that I was like, I need to know her name just so that I can like know what the reference is, so I can reference it myself easier.
Hey Kyle,
Hey kid,
look at that. What's that?
oh, I'm turning around. I'm looking behind me now.
It's an ad read. Tell us. Tell us who's this podcast sponsor, Kyle. Who's our sponsor for this week? Is it Dollar Shave Club?
No, it's
MeUndies.
This is sponsored by BetterHelp.
I've never heard of this one.
Oh, you don't know this one?
No, I don't know this.
This is like the very common ad for YouTubers that never makes you feel good.
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
It sounds like an assisted living home for your grandpa.
Nope. We're
call right now and get BetterHelp.
It's a therapy app. Every person who is like, this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. When I fucking tried to kill myself 3 times.
Oh my god.
3 times last summer.
Oh my god. It's a suicide help therapy app?
It is a therapy app that's like for people with depression. BetterHelp is like connects you with probably suicide prevention stuff.
I feel like my life ain't mine. Who can relate?
Woo! Yeah. if you want to 1-800-kill-yourself, then you need to get BetterHelp.
What's our promo code? If you go to www.betterhelp.com/Cadecast,
use the promo code No Lives Matter to get 90% off.
What?
90%. Yeah. Well, it's a $1 app. So I don't know how much it is, honestly.
It's 10 cents.
It's a 10-cent app.
Why the fuck is an app about suicide prevention $1? Why isn't it free?
I don't know how much it actually is. I'm just saying. You asked me. You put me on the spot, so I just have to start saying stuff.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the suicide prevention hotline is free.
Oh, dude! Imagine like calling the suicide hotline and getting put on hold. And then
every minute is 25 cents.
Then you have to put in like your credit card number and shit because it's gonna charge you for every minute. Like, hey man, you gotta get better.
That's not how
you gotta
works.
get better. You gotta get better, and you gotta get better fast.
That's not how it works.
I don't know how that works.
Dude, it has to do with like what credit card you have with your phone bill. I'm pretty sure, and like long distance or paid calls.
Okay.
Get get back to what you put as that. You don't have to put in your credit
You
card.
just type in.
You type in your credit card information on the phone dial.
Yeah. I don't pay for shit over the phone.
No one does. Nobody calls anybody anymore.
Well, how do you know this, home?
I'm kind of
Because you
I'm
spend
kinda
so much time on the phone sex.
I told you not to talk about that. I'm feeling really put on the spot here.
It's okay.
I say that right after I forced you to do an ad read that doesn't exist.
Exactly. Yeah, this episode's brought to you by phone sex. 1-800 pussy me. I was just trying to think of something sexual with 7 letters. It's got 7 letters. Don't count 'em.
7. Oh yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Don't count
Don't
them.
count them. Yeah, so what happens if I'm wrong?
If you're wrong, then we get sued by our sponsor. Do you really think Pussy Me will never sponsor us again? Well, okay, all right, okay.
I want that on
No, on the spot. Without thinking, what kind of product is a company called Pussy Me making?
Okay.
Go.
Probably like pocket pussies.
Okay, I was thinking that, or like
Fleshlights.
flesh dolls, or like what are they? Sex dolls, girl dolls. What are they called? Real
dolls.
girls.
Real dolls.
Real dolls. That's what
Yep.
it is. Pussy Me.
Pussy me. It's like just like those action those action movies where they're like
those
ask them to
action
hand 'em
movies.
something. You know those action movies. You know how they are.
The kids watching them red. What is it? Red. Literally with Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis
Yeah.
and John Malkovich and the other people.
That old bitch. Meryl Streep.
Helen Mirren.
That's it. Meryl Streep.
Dude, she would have been so good in Red. That'd have been fantastic.
Have you seen those interviews with Bruce Willis for Red 2? Where it's like, so, are you excited to see Red 2? And Bruce Willis is like, yeah.
You bet. You see
You,
him
you don't seem so excited. I thought this movie was amazing. I think this might be my favorite movie of the year. You need to see more movies. Like, he's straight up trash talking the movie in his interview.
as he should. I love when I think he said this at his roast. He was like, I want to make one thing clear. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
It's a movie that takes place during Christmas.
He goes, it's not a Christmas movie. And like the crowd like started clapping. He goes, it's a fucking Bruce Willis movie. And everybody just went insane.
Did you ever hear about Moonlighting? It's a
Um,
TV show from the 80s where Bruce Willis got his start.
no.
I've never seen it, but
Is that what Moonlight is based off of?
yes. Yes, Kyle.
Imagine Moonlight. just
In the 80s? Do you think they could make Moonlight in the 80s?
Dude, no. No, I don't. No, I was just going to say, imagine Moonlight. Everything's exactly the same, except...
Bruce Willis plays the gay black kid?
Yeah, Bruce Willis just plays him whatever. You guys still haven't seen it, though, right?
I still haven't seen it.
Dude, you are a racist now.
That's true.
You are a racist homophobe because you have not seen Moonlight.
I've seen Get Out, though.
Okay.
So I'm just a homophobe.
You're just a homophobe.
Yeah. But wait, I saw Call Me By Your Name.
Oh, okay.
So I'm good. Am I good?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, cool.